NRG versus Genesis, both undefeated today, but it ends right now. Let's go to the commentary desk with Leaf and Lawler. Take it away, guys.
I'm certainly happy that I wasn't on the desk when Gibbs was there.
He's so mean.
Scary.
He's so mean today.
That's scary.
We let him out of his cage, and this is what he does. He feels like he owns the place.
Get out of here. Is that a painted hard hat as well? Mm-hmm. I heard those are rare. Worth
Titanium
a lot.
white, man. It's even got stickers on
Titanium white.
Titanium white.
We have more amazing matches to come up right now.
We do.
Drop shot.
Nice.
Jinx.
Synergy, man.
You owe me
a brisk.
A brisk. Drop shot coming up first. We got Roma coming after that.
We're so lame.
And then you guys, that is actually true. Third match is a voted match by you guys, the Mutators, and after that we have a voted map if we end up at that point. First off, drop shot. I'm sure you guys have been around all day because it's exciting stuff. If you haven't been, drop shot's much different than a standard map. You got to put it into the floor. And these two teams are going to try to do that right now. We'll see who's going to go on into those grand finals they mentioned. There's a good amount of money on the line for this. And both these teams want that.
Well, it looks like Firebunner's going to go with the Gibbs special on that titanium white.
Titanium white.
What? A
lot of damage already being built off the beginning here. As Fireburner and Jacob work some magic. Garrett getting a hand in there as well. His opponents, Genesis, claim that they're going to go all the way through. Classic seemed pretty confident before. We mentioned maybe he's been practicing. We'll see if he can keep up against the Giants of NRG. Look at how many tiles are primed now. What is that? Already a gate open at the back. We'll see as Chrome and Classics do some work. Insel trying to send that one right back in. Genesis doing a very good job of trying to get themselves into the lead here.
Fantastic pass play coming out for those guys to get the damage, but we're on phase 3 of the ball. Nobody wants this to touch on their side. Up to 19 tiles as it slams down into the Genesis side.
I love that base drop too. Boom.
It's a big gate open.
That is a big one open, but NRG also has one open on their side, and Genesis is working their way over to that corner right now. Looks like they might be able to boost, and they're regenerating in their own end here. Insel gets a touch over Jacob. Sends that to the far side, drops it straight down, just widening that gate simply by 1. They've got one at that midfield line too. Even they get scored on a kickoff, could end up resulting in their favor.
Oh no, Jacob, what are you doing?
Well, they're just going to score, and they don't have to worry about that kickoff now.
It's the wrong goal. What are you doing, Jacob?
Jacob, please.
I mean, it's great dribble, but
the Merc was too big. He couldn't get it on top of his car. It was too fat.
Rip.
Genesis now up 1-0 to none on NRG, but there are a lot of prime tiles on their side and a couple open gates. Does not reset at the goal. Genesis has to watch out for that. Look at their side is lit right now. Let's see if NRG can just get one in without letting a lot of damage onto their side. Ball's ready to do a lot of damage. Genesis just has to drop it down. That's going to go back to their side. Too many people pushed up. Insol barely getting back to that. Now level 3. Can he drop this one down? Chrome is ready to take that away from Jacob off the wall. Fireburner does get a touch. That is still lit up though. Insol trying to put that one down. That's a rough spot there for Classics. He can't get a touch on it, and Jacob is going to sink one in.
If anytime you're going to let a phase 3 hit, it might as well be when you're up by 1. Fortunately for them, it isn't just damage, it's actually a goal, but that's the benefit of drop shot. Is anything you get extra when you're up by that point just carries over to the next, but we're in an open, tie game. Nobody got damaged during that, I think, completely open.
Fireburner with a good kickoff. Throwing the box Merc in the way there. Priming a couple tiles. Completely even in this as Genesis gets a couple prime themselves. Insol squeaks that one by, but it does get a touch off of his opponent. Turn back into blue. Jacob moves that back down to the other side. A nice touch from Insol. Lights up a couple more. That's symmetrical. I like it. Good work, guys. Working together, even as opponents. That drop going a little bit too short. Landed on their side. Genesis won't get any more prime tiles. That's a full strength ball right now. Level 3, if that touches right there, that would have been a lot of open gates, but it won't. It will go to the other side, to the corner. Only 3 open, but that's a scary spot because that ball does spend a lot of time in the corner there.
Bet Shogun's really happy that Chrome's rocking a rubber ducky antenna.
Hard hats and rubber. Don't feed into these guys. Come on. Guess you know better.
He gave me popcorn, man.
Never feed into a caster's joke. They like it too much. Nice drop down there. Maximum damage. And if it drops again, look at the gates opened up right now on the side of Genesis. NRG looking to pull themselves into the lead with 2 minutes left. This is a rough spot for Genesis. But they do have a lot of prime tiles, but very, very limited amount of gates open. A lot of these guys,
Classics, what are you doing?
you need to drop those. I was just about to say they're not dropping this enough. It's literally called drop shot. You need to put that ball down instead of a cross.
Yeah, even though it builds the damage up to a certain point, like, you still got to make sure you get the damage, otherwise Garrett's going to come in and do that to you.
Dunks that ball straight into the ground. What a save from Insole, though. Keeps them alive a bit. Fireburner trying to play tricky. Instead, everyone misses a shot. Just stopped out by Garrett. He sends it the other way, full power. If that touches the side of Genesis, that is going to be a lot of open gates. And Jacob's trying to do exactly that. Garrett to keep that ball moving forward. There's Insole to send it back the other way. Slow play there. Set past Fireburner. Garrett can't get a touch. And that opens it up and dropped in as well instantly with a minute left.
Classics yet again playing this so well. Fireburner got a touch to it, but it didn't change to his color as that second touch came in from Insole, I'm pretty sure it was. Because of that, it dropped down and then immediately hitting it back into that same area. Up by 1 now. It's just a matter of Genesis can capitalize on this and get some more damage. Insole, and sorry, Shogun, I'm not going to sing your song.
I don't know if you could do it justice anyways.
I don't.
The first time was perfect, and that's why we should never do it again.
Yeah, that's right.
Chrome puts that one down to get some open gates there. Both sides looking pretty gruesome right now, but Genesis does sit up by a goal. NRG needs to answer this, and even if they do, Genesis has a really good advantage on the field as they have opened up some gates already in that center field. A kickoff, once again, as I said before, could be beneficial for them. Or they could just hold off for 16 more seconds. Just try to build damage. Level 3 ball there. Stolen away from Insole by Garrett. Dropped down into their own net.
No!
Unfortunately, Jacob's going to get redemption for his own goal before and gets credit for this one as Chrome puts it in his own net.
All set up because Garrett applied that pressure after shadowing it and won the 50-50. Bounced over to the edge. And it was just a matter of getting in the way. These guys playing it really smart, sending 2 to challenge, and then they had Fireburner back the whole time, just waiting on defense.
Yeah, but look at this right now. Off the kickoff, they had a plan. They knew those gates were open, and they were looking for it. Jacob off the kickoff was trying to keep it away, but we'll see if they can here. If this touches the ground, they will get some damage here. No, they don't. Look at that. Genesis saves himself damage and brings it to overtime, and they still have the upper hand coming into this one. Jacob has to be so careful playing that one to the side. He knows that Genesis is going to go for that open gate right away. But Genesis, to make sure they don't focus too much on that one spot, they can utilize the conditioning here, force NRG into a spot that they're not recognizing, and send out to the far side, build some damage. This is at max right now. The shadow game is real. There's some damage from Chrome. They're just racking up as many prime tiles as possible. Jacob with a flick. No open gates, only 1 drop spot over there. A couple prime tiles. Maximum damage once again. These guys are good at getting it to that point. That's scary. What a touch from Jacob, but it doesn't hit the ground. It does finally hit that corner. And now Genesis starting to give away too many prime tiles. NRG slowly clawing their way back into this game. Genesis needs to sink that into that spot.
Yeah, these guys just both attacking really fast. You even see it in the air, mid-contest. Ball is transitioning over, but within a bounce or two. That's a big difference about these guys at the pro level. The ball really doesn't touch the ground. They're ready to hit it immediately as that's played down into prime.
Bye-bye floor.
No, it's too big. No. Genesis is going to get it.
They most certainly do. Look at that. That is one of the biggest gates I've ever seen in drop shot. Right in the center field. There's nothing you're doing to stop that one from going in. And Genesis is going to be able to pull away with the first game in this best of 5. Drop shot in their favor.
Classics and the guys just looking so good on it.
Well, that's what they said. I mean, Classics was confident in their ability to win this tournament, the Midseason Mayhem. And they're looking to do that. I mean, NRG's super close, though. And the fact that this is just a semi to go into Grands, this is going to be an even tougher match after this. But this isn't drop shot next.
No.
We have Rumble next. And that's a completely different story.
Yeah, I feel like NRG definitely has the edge when it comes to a standardized map. That's not the issue. The issue is we've seen what Classics can do when things get different. And Rumble is definitely different. It has a little bit of luck to it based upon what power-ups you get, but you saw, like, even with the way that they played, like, scoring Zane Jackie when they played against him, like, they just utilize what they have. Like, a lot of consider the Tornado the weakest power-up, but yet they still utilized it to the full effect.
Who was it we saw got wrecked earlier? I think it was Lethamyr thrown in his own net, carried entirely across the field.
Jackie.
Yeah,
Zane Jackie was the one that got carried in.
Yeah, oh, that's what it was. And either way, yeah, Tornado can be very useful if utilized properly. A lot of times you'll see it be pushed onto defense to take the defense of the opposition out of net, and it just gives you an open net. But, I mean, there's so many different types of power-ups here that are so useful. I mean, the plunger, one of the most powerful ones. You see Kronobi use it the best. Spikes can be absolutely great, especially if your opponent's disrupts you and you have infinite boost going into your own
Same thing with that magnet.
And the magnet, too. If you have enough boost and you can fly through the air, that is just an instant goal almost right there.
Well, we've seen a little bit of that on both sides today. Trying to get a normie goal as power-ups don't come in until 10 seconds in.
Can we make the official ruling that normies don't count? I'd like to do that. No normies, guys. Only power-up goals. Garrett waiting for that one to drop. They still do count, by the way. Jacob.
Not in my mind.
Yeah, exactly. Whoa, look at that power shot from Chrome off the backboard. Insol trying. Those are the strats I like to see. It didn't quite work out, but I like to see them try at least. And now they'll have to wait 10 more seconds, though, for their new power-ups as that goes back to their own end.
Classic seeking them out. Now, we talk a lot about the power hitter, but people forget that it also kills on contact. It's an automatic demo.
And it slows your car down.
Does it?
It actually does.
Since when?
Since the beginning.
I didn't know that.
Well, now you do, and so does everyone else, as Garrett tries to drop that one down into the net. Classics could have a breakaway chance here with the spikes. That's a scary spot now for NRG. Can he roll it in? No, his teammates trying to force it. Chrome with the magnet couldn't put it in. Utter chaos in front of the NRG goal line, and it makes its way to the other end.
The Mercs coming up strong. They just covered so much surface area that they just threw the presence in the way. Oh my goodness.
That's all you have to do, really, is just build a wall in front of your net with Mercs. They got the hard hats on. They're
construction
qualified. A minute 30 in, still scoreless right now. Genesis sits with the first win in drop shot. You're watching Midseason Mayhem. That's exactly what this is. Garrett almost into his own net, trying his best to get that the other way.
Just throwing it away because he's out of boost.
Yeah, get him away from me. And Jacob tried to follow him up. Fireburner couldn't do anything out of it. He'll get taken out of the play by Classics there, as that flies back down the other end. Jacob in a weird spot, trying to get a power hit, buying his teammates some time. Chrome, get out of here.
Ceiling.
Get booted, buddy, as he gets put down the other end. As NRG trying to, that'd be fun.
I can hear you be Canadian.
I can't go full Canadian on this guy.
Get booted, buddy. I just heard you go Canadian. Don't tell me you can't.
We'll see if anyone can get a goal here. 2.5 minutes left. And there's some infield passing play. Jacob following that up with the grapple hook. Body blocking that one, but Insol is back in time. Send that up to Chrome, but a good stop from the haymaker. Garrett takes that one away. Insol trying to recollect that ball into his own hands. Still scoreless. Another haymaker from Jacob. They try to center that one. Chrome has a chance. I don't know where he got it on his ball.
What?
Oh my goodness!
No, what?
I have never seen that before.
What a pass!
A spike to spike pass from Genesis.
Oh my god, that was insane.
Right?
And then he moys
goodness.
it in. After a play like that, you have to go for the moy. That was insane. Oh my goodness.
I've actually never seen that before.
And yeah, I mean, he also came off the ceiling too. Like, oh my.
Well, Genesis, I guess you are in this to win this, as they put in the first goal of game number 2, using actual strats right now. This is incredible. That's a rough spot, though. Classic's trying his best to keep that one away. And, of course, NRG is just going to force that one into an awkward defense.
Yeah, a lot of these players as well on the NRG side, as well as, I mean, everybody in this top 8 teams, use the haymaker more as like a way to maintain possession. Like if they're out of position or if the ball's going to get 50-50 loss, as soon as the ball gets hit, they punch it and it goes back in their way and in their favor.
We'll see, though, who's going to be able to get the goal to put them into the lead. As Genesis quickly lost theirs to NRG there. Some awkward defense, but very, very good use of their power-ups. Genesis is definitely showing that they have very good communication when it comes to what they are holding in their reservoir here. There's that tornado we talked about. Fireburner just being taken completely out of the play by Insult.
Don't worry, here comes another one with Chrome. Wait for it. And there it is. Here he goes.
Getting Jacob with the spikes. This is actually ridiculous. A frozen ball gives it for Classics to be able to put into the net with 1:14 left.
What a scumbag move. Just comes in. It's like, yeah, I'm going to sit right here. And like, as soon as they try to rotate back, they just go flying through the air.
Really smart, and I'm assuming Classics, because he showed no hesitation when it came to getting onto that frozen ball. I'm assuming that one came out of him, or a teammate at least that communicated it. He was able to get the shot, throwing Jacob on the defense off, putting themselves into the lead with a minute left, potentially setting themselves for another point in this series. We'll get at least one vote out of the chat, but will we get another one for the map later on? A rocket from Chrome. Oh my goodness, that almost looked like Kronovi.
Classics actually pinched that and went off the ceiling. Garrett had a good contest with it, but he actually ended up getting booted out of the way, which just left a wide open plunger shot for Chrome. One after another, these guys using their power-ups so well together.
Although on the field, he literally looks like Gibbs' car. Chrome showing that, that he has a skill of every
3 Gibbs.
Legendary player in Rocket League. Puts one in, 2 goals ahead now, 44 seconds left. A shot, a rocket off the crossbar. Classics with the follow-up. There's Chrome. Disrupted, will be out of the play. Classics has to rush back. Garrett, a pass up to Fireburner. Can Enormi come out? Insult just botting his way through with the power fist. Slams that one away. Classics, a tornado. Just has to buy themselves some time for 20 seconds. And this could be exactly what they need. He just holds this one out of range. Classics, an incredible play in the corner there. Just holds at bay the attack from NRG, and that might be it as we approach the final 10 seconds.
It's also great seeing the way that these guys use like the swapper. I don't know the exact term for what we call it, but like they're making sure to make it difficult because he's like jumping upside down and turtling or like driving up the wall and jumping off before they do it.
Oh, I used to do that too. You come off the roof,
so you're like just floating down upside down, and then you're like, all right, swapped, and then you like get into the action, like, wait, what?
You're just falling upside down. I love it. And there's Genesis taking another point in the series. Drop shot and Rumble. They've shown that they know what they're doing. NRG kept really close in the drop shot one, but that Rumble one, or sorry, the drop shot, the Rumble one looked a little bit more in favor of Genesis, though. Those plays are incredible. Can we talk again about that spike play? That was actually incredible.
Nuts.
That like these guys know what they're doing when it comes to the power-ups. That spike play was something I'd never seen before in Rumble. It was a spike as it ran out, dropped onto a teammate for another spike. Look at that, as Classics waits down there, right onto his hood.
And then the Moy.
And just moys it in there. You have to at that point. If that didn't go in, I would have just left.
I would have been.
I would have just left.
Up and leave. All right, guys, it's just me. No. Yeah, it's really great plays like that that make this so exciting. Like, you just don't expect to see that kind of stuff when there's so much chaos going on. So fantastic play from those guys. They're also making sure to give someone some jabbing, making sure that Rumble is turned off this time so we don't have a random map and stuff. But, yeah, I mean.
Next. We have a different game mode, though.
Are we going to have another sweep, though, like from Genesis? I mean, these guys, like, it's a best of 5. Like, if they win, it's done. And they already showed they can do it once.
Well, we'll see if they can do it. Because this one, taking on the name of precisely what we have, it's Mayhem.
Ooh. Do you remember this stuff from Mayhem?
Yeah. No, don't cover it up on me. I need to read it.
Do you remember? You're like, yeah,
it's just crazy. It's super fastball, super light. I can't read that one again. Super high bounciness and unlimited boost.
Ball speed is super fast. The boost is unlimited, so you can see rotations change. Even though you will probably still see some of these players actually go for the boost just because it's muscle memory.
You can't chirp me for reading and then read it yourself.
I mean, I had to confirm that you were wrong.
30 seconds in, we'll see if one of these guys can get a goal quickly, as this ball knows how to travel fast. Every single hit will send this one flying. Unlimited boost. You'll see a lot of aerials as well. But here's the fun thing I love about Mayhem. Here's the fun thing. Watch as all these guys still rotate to pick up boost.
Yeah.
They don't need it, but it's so ingrained in their muscle memory,
like
in the rotations.
I just said that.
I never listened to you.
All right, well, it's confirmed.
Oh! Insole! He knows how to use that side of his car. We saw it in drop shot, and we're going to see it now.
That was a beautiful pass from Garrett. Unintentional. But normally that wouldn't happen. That's the big difference between the ball weight being super light. Because it's more floaty, and like Garrett's just 50-50, like he just backflipped into it and it pinches and flies off the wall into midfield. Normally that wouldn't happen. Gotta be careful.
1 minute in, Genesis now up. They're also at match point, ready to go into the grands, and NRG will be out of this one. Look at that rocket just off the post.
I love how neither of you are like, is that gonna happen?
Garrett trying to put one in Fireburner with a chance now. Stopped out by Classics. Jacob, I don't know what Jacob's doing. He's trying to get back to his own end. Insult misses that one. Everyone misses that one. Just can't.
No, what?
Off the post.
Everybody up, NA go!
I don't even know what's happening. Good follow from Classics though. Not sure how he managed to read that one. Couldn't read the back shot. Whoa! Off the ground. Insult coming in clutch for Genesis right now as they put in a second one.
Team mind game, everybody went up on defense. Not punished for it. They're able to transition it downfield because all it takes is one soft touch. And a boomer of a pass goes downfield. Then that inside. Good shot by Insult, making sure to not put it too high.
Okay. A double whiff there. Off the kick. Double fake, right?
Yeah. I don't know how much of a fake it was because they both immediately power slided back around it, realizing they missed.
Oh, whoops. But now NRG finds himself 2 goals down. That can change at any point. This ball travels fast. There's a shot from Chrome. Garrett not in a spot to stop that one. A 3-goal lead now with 3 minutes still left against NRG.
Just really difficult with those touches. If you're not ready for them in position, you just get caught off guard, and all it takes, like you said, like a shot, as long as there's power and it's put on net, it's difficult to read those. What are the kickoffs these guys are going for? What?
I'm not sure. I think it's because they have full boost. They're just trying to boost the entire way there, and then they're missing because of it.
A lot of it might have to do, like, because if you hit the ball hard enough, that thing's going to ricochet off the back wall and then come flying. It might draw a defender in. Maybe that's what they're doing. They're like purposely letting it hit their back wall.
Potentially, but Insult, what a stuff from Garrett as Insult throws one on target. Jeez. Almost a return there from Fireburner just off the post, up to the roof, and hit every other corner on the way away to it.
Well, we're halfway through game number 3.
You're right.
Genesis up by 3, and if they win, they go to the grand finals.
That's absolutely true. NRG has to answer, but they aren't. Genesis is just starting to pile on the goals with 2-2-2 left. I don't know if NRG can pull this one back.
You know, it's definitely possible.
Very possible.
It takes like one long shot.
But
they got it. Or like some weird pinch on the kickoff if they actually hit them this time.
The issue is the way that Genesis is playing is they're so aware of every single one of these touches and what you need to do to react to them. They always have someone not in the play. You can see that Insult was back, way back on that, but no one on NRG was back on their defense.
Obviously, NRG needs to approach it a little bit differently. This Genesis just racking up the score. There it is again. Like you said, what a shot coming in from Insult.
Yeah,
they've got this down. They know what to do.
That's what I'm saying. Watch. The second the Classics knows he can't get this, he leaves the play at full speed to go get boost and allows Insult to move in. He's going back to his own end. Not midfield, but back to his own end. They always have someone back. They figured out the strat, and it's really up to NRG to figure that out quickly because they are 5 goals down now, and that is not a comfortable spot to be in.
No, with 2 minutes left, definitely possible still, just because of how fast and how light this ball is. But as you stated a little bit ago, Genesis very, very strong at this as a shot gets saved by Classics.
Back to the midfield. We'll see that third coming in. Jacob, a rocket off the top crossbar there. Garrett trying to get something out of it, and I think they're trying to look for actual plays, and that's not what they need. Straight on shots that the defender can't save is exactly what they need to start looking for.
Yeah, the aggression these guys are able to put on too. Normally we talk about how boost 9 is an issue. It's complete opposite. Everybody has unlimited in this mode. Because of that, like rotations completely don't matter. Like what's happening? What was that?
I'm not entirely sure. I can't really give you an answer. What a stop though from Garrett. I think they are also forgetting they have unlimited boost. Oh, there Garrett doesn't. Where are you going, buddy?
I'd like to see these guys just like because Genesis is up by 5, just have all 3 of them like float in front of their net.
Like they're starting to do that. Look at this. Oh, finally they're gonna get one. And they talked about it before. We might be able to see the Brazil at this point. 50 seconds left. Look at everybody up for this one.
Yeah, unfortunately that ball hinged back a little bit further to the NRG team. Caught Insult off guard as he was trying to rotate behind these guys. shot on net.
50 seconds left. We'll see if they can get it. No, ruined. But that's okay. This could be the comeback for NRG. They have to win this. Genesis can hold off for 3 goals for 47 seconds. They will be able to move on to the grand finals. And Classics was very confident that they'd be able to do so.
Yeah, those are the kickoffs though that I was talking about. Very, very fast. As long as they pinch down and you get a shot on it quickly, it's going to catch people off guard, but Genesis still quick to the ball. Trying to read that off the ceiling. Classics just out of luck.
When there's a thing, Genesis can't give up at this point. They know that this comeback is very possible still, even with 30 seconds. I think off a kickoff, it would take maybe like half a second for a ball to be put into the net. Almost a chance there for Jacob to send that one back the other way from his own end. 18 seconds remaining now. Shot potential. Garrett tries to give it to Fireburner. Fireburner just missed off that one. It will be stopped by the defense. There's 10 seconds left for them to hold off. Genesis looking like they're going to be able to head into the grand finals. And with 3 seconds left, I'm going to call it Genesis with the 3-0 sweep on NRG to the grands. And, well, they called it.
Yeah, Classics and the guys looking very confident for Genesis. And even though NRG had a 3-0 in their first series, they're getting 3-0 themselves. Very, very strong looking play from Genesis. They look comfortable, man. I would be afraid, especially if they keep getting like a Mayhem or a pinball kind of style, because they look dominant.
They look scary. They look like they know what they're doing.
It's weird, right?
It's almost like they just practiced this for the past week. I mean, it's worth it. There's a lot of money on the line.
Right.
I mean, you got sitting in the grand finals. That's $4 grand on the line for that spot. It's kind of worth it to put a little bit of practice into this, but it's so tough for these teams. They have so many different game modes: drop shot, then rumble, then whatever the heck you guys choose,
right,
and then also whatever the heck you guys choose, and then back to rumble. So there's a lot on their plate today, and the fact that they have been able to do so well at it, and oh my goodness, that's double spike play was still incredible. I just can't get over that.
That's
one.
definitely on
I can't get over that
top
one.
5 of the week.
But hopefully we'll get some more of those plays as we head into the grand finals. And tell you more about that is Axel Toss.
Thank you, Leaf and Lawler. What a spectacular effort there from Genesis. They have yet to lose, looking like the G2 from last season, and they're going into the finals to face off against Selfless. Guys, what do you think of how Genesis played there?
Team chemistry by NRG, completely off. We had 2 hard hats, Garrett, Fireburner. As soon as I saw Jacob, he was wearing a fedora, and I was like, it's over. Team chemistry needs to be on point. Genesis, honestly, one of the most dysfunctional teams, I would say, probably in NA. They showed today, though, their teamwork can still matter.
Yeah, it really can. This was like a weird one when it comes to this, because Instances does not have like time on this game at all. But we just saw there, that was easily the sickest shot in Rumble history.
It was a great handoff, and then the plungers come out as well. Plungers, always a great way to score, a very easy way to score. Just driving to the other net, throw a plunger on. As long as no one's playing defense, then you have a good chance. And then the super fast game of Mayhem, and Genesis looked like it was a normal game for them, pulling off some crazy shots.
Yeah, it really is. It just seems like they are a team that is very capable of adapting to those sort of things. If we see them on Pinball or Mayhem, they might have a real good shot on that. So, Twitch chat, if you're going to have the choice on this one. If you give them Pinball or Mayhem, they might very well go on to win this entire thing.
But also, Genesis, they are on that 6-0 run. They could do the G2 run of 9-0. If I was them, I would purposely lose one game. Because G2 didn't make playoffs after they went on a 9-0 run, and Genesis is right on that border. I wouldn't chance it.
Interesting insight there, Gibbs. We'll see if they decide to do that. But let's take a look at the bracket. Get everyone caught up on what's going on. If you're just now joining us, this is the Midseason Mayhem. No implications on the regular season. Its own separate bracket. $4,000 first place here in this tournament. There you see we started with 8 and now we are down to 2. Selfless taking out Set to Destroy and Untitled Esports to get to this point. Genesis sweeping Take 3 and NRG, which leads us to our final, which will also be a best of 5.
Yeah, both these teams guaranteed at least $2,500. One will walk away with $4,000. It's a nice payday.
It really is. I don't feel like we ever expected that. Well, I think we could kind of predict Selfless to be to this point, but knowing the internal issues with Genesis, maybe a bit of fun was all they needed. Maybe this is what they needed to get themselves back onto the same page, because really it's internal issues that they're having. A $4,000 check, that would easily soothe over some of those issues.
And there's still one hard hat left. Chrome, still rocking it.
There you go.
That's all you need. Whoever has more hard, well actually not whoever has more, it's whoever's more cohesive. You either have to have 3 or 1. It's the only way.
I'm really excited to see what happens. Your final best of 5 of the day is coming up. It's the grand final of the Midseason Mayhem. We have Genesis and we have Selfless. Who's gonna take it? We're about to find out. Voting is now open. It is up to you to decide. What are we gonna see in maps 3 and 4 as far as mutators and an arena? Let us know. Vote now in the straw poll in the chat. We'll be right back.